Okay, so I'm making this video and it's about ancient Egypt, and I wanted to just share a little bit of what I see here and just give a little bit of my opinion. So first of all, looking at the pyramids here, um this pyramid, this is the same pyramid that we see on the dollar bill. The dollar bill which enslaves us. So here we have the pyramid on the back of the dollar bill, and then you have this all-seeing eye. Now eyes, what do eyes represent? So looking at eyes, so you know how they say eyes are the mirror to the soul. So with eyes are a very powerful thing, and they're something which can be used to control, definitely, because what can happen is, now when you look into somebody's eyes, there's an energy exchange where you know they can kind of, in a way, let's say if you're looking in the eyes of somebody and their energy is not good, you're going to receive that energy. That energy will mirror to you. You can feel different kind of sensations. You can feel like a negative energy. And this is something that eyes, they tell you to give eye contact in society. But when you give eye contact, it really is not a good thing, because you're opening yourself up to negative energy. Now, it definitely, is really something that they're not really going to tell you about. They're not really going to tell you that part about the eyes. And the real true meaning of this. And, so another thing also that I want to clarify here is, they, in the conscious community, they say to begin a vegan diet, begin this like Kemetic diet, that this is the way that the ancient Egyptian ate. And people begin this diet, and they don't really realize that this is the food that they fed to slaves. Now, Ripple milk, let's look at this for an example. This milk is made of peas. Milk made of peas. Think of that. They're telling you to eat a vegan diet and eat milk made of peas, which is basic slave food, which was fed to slaves. And they are encouraging you to eat this diet and pay, a lot of money, $9 a bottle. Basically all that this is peas and water and just garbage. Now, one thing is, they'll tell you that this is the best diet, it's good for you, you'll feel so much better, but we have to really look at these foods, and we have to see them for what they are. Now, let's, for example, look at the classic Buddha bowl. Now, Buddha bowl shouldn't even be called Buddha bowl. Buddha bowl should be called slave bowl, because that's what it really is, because it's just grains. But what they have done is, they have decorated it in a way to make you feel that it's not a slave meal. They put a little bit of vegetables on top, fancy little bits of tahini, make it look, a little fancy. And here you are eating this food, and then you're thinking, oh, okay, this is healthy. Oh, I'm healthy, whichever. Grain is very inflammatory. It's very unhealthy. And these grains and these vegetables and stuff that they're encouraging you to eat, the ancient African knew which of these foods, like, had anti-nutrients, had, bad effects. For example, like nightshades, oxalates, like different things within these foods and plants, and that these foods had to be prepared in a certain way. And they're just encouraging you to eat this. And as well as the fact that you also need vitamin D, you need cholesterol, you need fats, you need all these different things. And they're encouraging you to eat something which is harming your fertility, harming your health. It's breaking you down. It's just crazy. And the reason that they are encouraging this is because they want you to sign yourself up to be a slave. That's what they want. Now, grains is not the original food of your diet. Your diet, you should be eating meat. Your diet was meat. You are a hunter gatherer, like hunter, hunting meat. Like meat was our source of survival, not grains, not vegetables. That is not the original diet. They just want you to believe this because they want to push this agenda to push you into being a slave. They want you to be a slave and sign up to be a slave. We are hunters. We are not grain eaters. Okay, grain was given to people when they took everything away from you. They fed you grain. They took you away from hunting. They took you away from your natural state. Okay, now let's also take a look at what these people are worshiping. Now, here we have a man with a goat on his head. This is classic devil shit. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. I mean, we have to really look and analyze and look back in history. Let's look at these photos and let's analyze and see what these people worshiped, what these people did and stuff. But, you know, that's why you have to really do research and really see this for what it is. Now, goats have a very negative, like, you know, thing or whatever. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, but I'm just showing you what I see. And, as well as, just trying to, I'm just looking through this and just showing you exactly what I'm seeing through my eyes here. And here with this, there's like more stuff with the eye, and I don't know. I mean, I just see something totally, I guess that I just see something here just a little bit different. I don't know, a little off to me, like kind of like, but I'm going to give you more of my theory. I'm going to explain it more. I'm going to go more into depth, more into detail, you know, with this and stuff. So another thing as well is they worship cats. Now, cats, I wanted to bring up the thing about cats. Now, cats, the meaning of cats is cats are like, they have a connection with the underworld. So what happens with cats is cats, they can pick up spirits. They can pick up like energies. They can hold on to the energies of somebody who has died. So what can happen is with cats is there's many different reasons with cats of why cats don't like water. Certain cats don't like water, and the reason for that is because if they're carrying a negative energy within them, once water gets on the cat or water hits the cat's gonna flip out because that energy can't handle. Water is a pure energy, and salt water and water, they cannot handle that. So when you see a cat and you throw that cat in water and that cat's flailing around and stuff, that's because that cat has a negative energy, and once it hits that water is trying to get that negative energy. That's what's happening with the cat. That's why the cat just like flips out and goes crazy. Another thing as well with cats is cats can be used in a certain kind of way in witchcraft, warlock, whichever. These cats can be controlled to being spied, because what can happen is these cats can go like in, if they want to, spy on you or something, they'll take a cat, they can follow you around, because what'll happen is they'll send the cat to spy, to look on stuff, check out on stuff, whichever. And also with cats, if you notice these eyes, I mean, look at this for example. I mean, this just, it's just not. I'm not saying it's all cats, but I'm just saying that, I mean, be aware. And as well as if you do notice with the cats, you'll notice some cats have different eyes, and you'll really notice with the eyes, like some cats have eyes that look exactly like snake slits. There's just certain things to be aware of. Like there's certain things that, like with these eyes, that when you look in these eyes, I mean, there's certain things that can happen. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to say, oh, like all cats, like all negative superstition against all cats. No, of course not. But I'm just saying, be very aware of, you know, these things. Okay, so now let's take a look at snakes. Snakes are another thing that represent the underworld. This is demonic shit, I'm telling you. The way that these people dance with these snakes, these pictures with these snakes, the thing that people don't understand is these snakes, they can control these snakes. They use these snakes to kill other people. They can have a snake come and just bite somebody. They can control the snake because these snakes, see, when you hear of the serpent of the Bible, the serpent in the Bible, serpent, snake, reptile, there's a very negative connotation with it because due to the fact that these are venomous creatures, these are poisonous, you know, and they carry, you know, salmonella, bacteria, diseases, whichever. So here they have you worshiping something that is demonic once again. And it's really sad because I don't know if people have looked this up or have seen this or have, you know, really done like the research to look into this to see that yeah, snakes have a very, very negative, you know, superstition along with them. I mean, you know, so they represent the underworld, they represent death. I mean, it's, you know, clear as day. And that here we have these pharaohs who have these snakes on their head, and as well as have the head garment that is similar to like a cobra. And we have to remember that this isn't your friend. This is not your friend. This is not something that you want to be or that you want to be associated with. And you have to think about that, and you have to really decide, do you want to be associated with some fucking snakes? Do you want to be associated with some fucking reptiles? So, okay, we have to really think of this shit. This shit is demonic, okay? So let's look more. I mean, you can see here his picture. You have like two snakes, you know, and, you know, there's been numerous people who have died from these deadly snakes that have been killed in Africa. Black mamba, like all these different kinds of snakes. There's many different variations of different snakes in Africa, and these snakes have taken many lives. And I am sorry, but there's no way that I could ever support something like a snake. I mean, these things are deadly and killer. And you know, so this is one thing to also keep in mind when, you know, thinking about being a part of the conscious community and calling yourself a pharaoh and being a pharaoh. And you have to understand that this is part of what this is, that these people worship snakes. Like, I mean, and goats and cats. And I mean, it's just, I mean, there's more to it. So when we look at a pharaoh is nothing more than a slave master. That's all that a pharaoh is. It was an ancient slave master. And with this pharaoh, you can see, look in his hand, he's got a cane right there. That was the cane that was used to beat your ass, okay? Now if you look on Wikipedia, look up slavery in ancient Egypt. There are 4 different kinds of slavery. They had chattel slavery, bonded laborers, forced laborers, and masters. Now let's look here. So right here, chattel slaves were mostly captives of war. Okay, bonded laborers, look on that. They would do bonded labor, people who were unable to pay off their debts, whatever, peasants. They were also able to sell them into, you know, slavery. Let's see, forced labor right here. Let's see right here. Let's read this. Several departments in the ancient Egyptian government were able to draft workers from the general population to work for the state with a corvée labor system. Laborers were conscripted for projects such as military expeditions, mining, quarrying, the building of pyramids, and other construction projects for the state. These slaves were paid a wage depending on their skill level and social status for work. Conscripted workers were not owned by individuals like other slaves, but rather required to perform labor as a duty to the state. Okay? And then another was the masters. Masters of ancient Egypt were under obligations when owning slaves. Masters were allowed to utilize the abilities of their slaves by employing them in different manners, including domestic services, cooks, maids, brewers, nannies, etc., and labor services, gardeners, stable hands, field hands, etc. All right, you get my drift here, right? You see what I see? Do you see that this is the same system that has been created that is tearing your ass down? This is the same shit from ancient times that is still going on today, that is still happening, still going on. And these pyramids, you look at these pyramids and you think these pyramids are great? You think that these fucking pyramids are great? They fucking beat these fucking people and forced them to build these motherfucking pyramids. Okay? So you look at these pyramids and you're praising these pyramids, you have to remember that these pyramids were built by slaves, that they enslaved these people and had them build these fucking pyramids. And looking at this shit, you see this shit, cooks, maids, brewers, all this shit is still going on today. Except it's in a modern type of way. They have you as a modernized slave. Cooks, maids, being paid minimum wage, all this garbage. This system is the same system that has been going on for all these years. It's an evil, demonic, and sick system. And the thing is, they have you praising this stuff. They want to make you believe. They want to make you become, just okay with this and just say, oh, okay, you know what? Oh, okay, you know what? Oh, ancient Egypt. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll come for ancient Egypt. All right, so let me look this up. Kemetic this, Kemetic that. You know what? Nah, I mean, they're doing the same shit, except they're doing it a different way. They want you to become a vegan because because the thing is, they don't have the whips and the chains anymore, like I said. They want you to sign up for this. They want you to sign up and volunteer yourself as a slave. They want you to go ahead with this program and eat this way because they want you to be so brainwashed and so under control, and they want you to be asleep. They want you to just be under complete control. And they're going to keep telling people to eat grain. They're going to keep telling you to eat that because they see you as a slave. They still see you as a slave. And they're going to keep treating you like a slave. That's why you have to wake up and understand that these people are doing the same shit that has been going on for fucking centuries. Except they're doing it in a different kind of way. And they're just doing it in a way that is subtle. So that you can fall into this trap and you can believe this fucking bullshit nonsense. This fucking Pharaoh Hotep garbage. Okay? These are the same fucking people who made the dollar bill who are fucking enslaving everybody. Okay? And what they do is when they open these fucking tombs, when they open this shit, all they're doing is putting that energy into the world. That's why we have so much crime going on, so much shit going on, all this evil shit going on, because these evil fucking energies are being released, okay? This shit is evil. This fucking snake shit on your head, fucking snakes, alright? This shit is fucking evil, okay? So I just wanted to make this message to just make people aware of this, to make you're aware. When you think you're coming from Egypt, when you think you're coming from Africa, and you think those are your roots, just look this up and look into this information and see this first before you make this decision, okay? All right.